All right, first and foremost, I'm going to give all praises, honor, and great glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak, Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well, and salutations to the elect pushing this truth to the four corners of the earth in truth and in sincerity. All right, in this particular video, I want to touch on this video that you see on your screen right here. And as you can see, it reads U.S. blackout attack, breaking. U.S. power grid blackout warning. 20 nations warn of regional conflict. And the 20 nations that's warning of this regional conflict is Islamic nations. All getting together. You got Sunnis and Shiites getting together to all fight against Israel. To all put a foot up Israel's ass. And that's going to be America too. All right. So if you haven't heard, you have Iran threatening to hit the United States power grid. And they're already in, what did it say, 12 states? And New Jersey is now added as another one. They already cyber attacking the water treatment facilities, man. Now they say it isn't an immediate type of like problem, but it is like a problem, you know. And the CISA, which is the people that stops America from being hacked, they're the ones blowing the whistle on it. All right, so that's happening, and now they're threatening to take out the power grid. Why? Because you got United States bombing the hell out of them over there, trying to take them back to the negotiating table, man. Now, Iran already knows what America's trying to do, because they know they got information on what? America's running out of munitions. They're running out of fucking missiles, man. They can't keep up that assault all day. That's hella bread they wasting and hella munitions that they wasting. And before you say it's fake, Trump already admitted it, that it was real. He says whoever leaked information is real. So he said whoever leaked that information, that treasonous information, is going to be locked up. They're going to jail, man. Right? So they're trying to bomb Iran into submission. Well, you know, how would you say? They're trying to act like they're strong. Like, yeah, we can do this all day. But really, they winded. All right, they're running out, and Iran knows that. So when they like, yo, come to the negotiation table, we're going to bomb your electrical grids. That's America this is like a desperate ass attack to bring them to the negotiation table. Now, that's why Iran is saying, well, if you bomb ours, we'll bomb yours. All right, we'll black out America and the Gulf states over there in Saudi Arabia. Yeah. So, hey, that's where we're at right now, man. So all of a sudden, you know, shit can just black out. If United States hit their power grid, hey, we in some shit. Hey, and Lord willing, the spirit gets on Trump. The Lord put the spirit on Trump to really hit their power grid, so they can hit this power grid over here, man. All right, got a preset. And Salakia for being a little distracted. I did get off the plantation, and I'm in the parking lot. But it's the 2nd Ezra 15 and 11, and we read, "But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof." Right? So the Lord says he's going to smite Egypt, which is, I'm talking about America, with the plagues of before, man. And that's how you know it's not talking about ancient Egypt, is because Ezra was writing this. We've been out of Egypt, man. You know? So that's how you know he's not talking about ancient Egypt. And pursuant to Revelations 11:8, it tells you that we're in spiritual Egypt, spiritual Sodom and Egypt. So how was America, you know, just to put a little bit more on that, how was America, Egypt, some more? Well, you have, if you look at the land of Egypt, they have similarities to America. They have the Nile River, which splits Egypt into 2/3. On the left, you have the bigger part, and on the right, you have the smaller part. Well, the Mississippi River splits America up into 2/3. On the left, you have the bigger part. On the right, you have the smaller part. All right, the Nile River goes up until you have a place called Memphis, right? And then when you keep going up on that Nile River, you have another place called Cairo. Well, here, the United States, you go up the Mississippi River, you have Memphis. And then coming off of you keep going up that Mississippi River, coming off of the Ohio River, you got Cairo. So this should give you some similarities right there on how America is Egypt as well, man. But right, the Lord said he's going to smite ancient or this Egypt with the plagues of before. And one of the plagues he smote ancient Egypt with was darkness, man. All right, which was darkness. So a blackout here, hey, it's not far-fetched, man. And if you, hey, no street lights, no moon out, hey, it'll be pitch black. I used to talk to this girl in Africa, and they used to cut her lights out at like 8 o'clock. The whole city lights get cut out. And, you know, it's pitch black, man. You won't see somebody standing right in front of your face, nose to nose. That's how black it get. So, hey, man, it's not far-fetched for a cyber attack to happen to knock out the electrical grid. Not saying it is going to happen. It's just something to keep your eye on. All right? You know, because everybody here they thinking this place is going to last forever and ever. People, you know, they got their bank account in their mind, their 401k in their mind, you know, what they're going to do next year, how they going to start a career, a business, so forth and so on. And they not worrying about the war that's happening right now in their front yard. And they talking about a cyber attack. All right, you got this good position at a job. All of a sudden, boom, the lights go off. Now what? You're nothing. Your position means nothing. Huh? Only thing that matters is your deeds, man. Or did you please Yahweh Bashim Yahushai? And if the answer is no, well, you shit out of luck. All right, so let's play a little bit of this video. Let me get on out of here.
Grid blackouts around. A lot of developing news coming out today as we're hearing that Iran is threatening power grid blackouts around the world. Now, this comes as well as we currently still have more water supply attacks that are taking place here in the United States. Donald Trump is warning that whoever is spreading the rumors about our munitions running out will be arrested. And we have received word that 20 nations have united in the last 24 hours to discuss the potential repercussions for what's going on with Israel and the Al-Aqsa Mosque, or the Dome upon the Rock. A lot of developments. Let's go ahead and get you caught up on the latest. Take a look here. Iran lawmakers threaten U.S. power grid if Iran is attacked. Now, this came out last week, you'll recall, as they had threatened directly the U.S. power grid. In addition to that, coming out today, region will turn into a ball of fire, or fireball. Iran threatens Gulf energy sites over any new U.S. attacks. And take a look here. Iran threatens to black out the Gulf if power plants are hit by the United States. We're hearing they will black out the entire region, was the exact quote we received from Iran. Now, in addition to that, take a look here. Trump said that he was poised for the United States to do the largest strike since World War II on Iran, as we had heard that they were going to be hitting energy sites throughout the region. And Trump denies that the U.S. weapon shortages is taking place and says the information leakers, they are going to be hunted down. This coming out just 2 hours ago today. And we are hearing at least...
Now, how are you going to say it's not true, but then say that's an information leak? You know what I'm saying?
12 states have reportedly have been hit with cyber attacks. They believe it is the IRGC, our water supply systems, and they believe this is IRGC-backed hackers. Now, in addition to that, we received word in Massachusetts water systems are being monitored as cyber attacks are targeting other states. And I shared with you New Jersey has been confirmed as another one of the states that has been hit. We're going to be getting into all the details, and take a look at this. Big news coming out in the last 24 hours. 20 Muslim nations are weighing joint action over Israeli violations at Al-Aqsa. In fact, we're hearing Jordan to convene an emergency meeting on the imminent Israeli takeover of Al-Aqsa compound in Jerusalem. We're hearing that Israel is going to be taking over the Dome upon the Rock potentially here. There are warnings coming out. Jordan is saying that they believe that this is imminent.
So now you got these Islamic nations getting together, about to put a foot up Esau last, man. Because you got something called the Sunnis and the Shiites, so they beefing in that Islam shit anyway, and they're going to war anyway with each other. you know. But Israel is doing something right now that's making them put their differences aside. All right, you're gonna have the dragons of Arabia and the Carmanians link up. All right, which is the Carmanians. Carmania was an old province in Persia, and Persia changed its name to Iran in 1935. So you're gonna have them Persians and them little armies, certain armies of Arabia to link up and start doing some damage, man. But right now we have them, people getting together, Islamic nations getting together because Israeli violations, man.
20 nations uniting together to stop Israel from taking over the holy site. Malaysia has condemned the Israeli violation of Al-Aqsa Mosque. Indonesia urges global action over Israel's conduct at the Jordan talks. Nations are uniting to stop Israel. Pakistan is to join Jordan-led Jerusalem talks today as tensions over Al-Aqsa Mosque mount, and also various Arab nations. The Foreign Minister Dar calls for the unity and resolve among Islamic countries to protect Al-Aqsa Mosque amid Israeli incursions. We're hearing that although the United States and Iran are seeking a stop to the conflict, 20 nations now are mounting together to continue the conflict with Israel over what is going on at the holy site. They're also fighting Iran. And take a look, Jordan condemns Israeli policies in Al-Aqsa Temple Mount, calls to end the escalation. Let me know your thoughts. Israel taking down the Golden Dome, taking control of Al-Aqsa. Now, foreign ministers and representatives from Jordan, Tunisia, Algeria, Iraq, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Somalia, the Palestinian authorities, Indonesia, Turkey, Pakistan, Malaysia, Egypt, Morocco, all come together with the Secretary General of the League of Arab States. They have agreed to condemn the recent Israeli policies and measures that they claim were intended to alter the Arab, Islamic, and Christian identity of Jerusalem. Nations mounting against Israel. Do you think the United States will still stand with Israel as we are hearing that various...
Of course. Because it tells you that in Second Ezra's, Salaki, let me get over real quick. It tells you that in Second Ezra's 15:33. Start at 32. It tells you a horrible vision from the east. And how they're going to go to war and waste a portion of the land of the Assyrians. And that's getting into America when it's talking about the land of the Assyrians. All right. So yeah, Second Ezra is 15:33, 32 to 33. It gets into it, man. Oh no, hold on. Salakia. Second Ezra is 15:28 on down. All right. And it tells you they're gonna Salakia for that. Waste a portion of the land of the Assyrians. So America is gonna stay in it with Israel. And because of that, if Iran obtains nuclear weapons, they're going to shoot their nukes on America with the rest of the nations that has nuclear capabilities.
Nations, over 20 of them coming together to stop what they're saying is a takeover of the Holy Land. And let me know your thoughts. Israel taking control of the Golden Dome, taking it down, restoring the temple. These are some of the warnings that are coming out. Let me know your thoughts. And this is coming as well as the conflict in the Middle East with the United States and Iran is still raging on, and we have received warnings that here on U.S. soil, but especially throughout the Middle Eastern region, they're saying there could be power grid blackouts that could hit here very soon. Warnings coming out from the IRGC if this conflict begins to escalate. Let me know your thoughts. Do you think that we are about to see this conflict escalate into more war? Are we about to see massive blackouts? Are we about to see nations unifying together?
Right, they say here on U.S. soil, but mostly over there. And also they want to avenge the Ayatollah's father that Trump assassinated. You know, that's his son, the new Ayatollah. And he wants to avenge his father on U.S. soil. So, hey, that's Second Ezra's, what was that? From the land of the Assyrians, the enemy shall besiege them. That's Second Ezra 15:33. Right. And that's talking about in America, the enemy is going to gain access to America and consume some of them, which means do a terrorist attack and wipe some of these people out. and shake America. It says there be fear and strife and dread among their kings. I'm loosely quoting it. You know? So yeah, man, we in some exciting times. Salakia, if I'm a little distracted, I am driving. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the the point was reached. Salakia, I'm gonna get off this phone. All right, hope it was edifying, and with that, I'm gonna say shalom.